Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And today, oh yes, the #1 project in all of Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, called Larimar City and Resort. We're here. You need to come down here and get your unit ASAP. And welcome. Stop Struggling Now gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, a different beginning. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for being here on the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And I want to thank you again. So make sure you smash that like button. As you know, just like the beginning of the video, Stop Struggling Now gear. Check. And again, smash the like buttons, subscribe to the channel, click the all notification bell. Please share the video. You never know who's going to need this information. Stocks, the assets that you should buy. Real estate you can buy. Create wealth tonight on the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And again, let's see who's in the house. Laverne Penix is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And he has that icon next to his name. So I thank you so much for that. I humbly appreciate it, Laverne Penix, also known here in this YouTube street as Mr. Cool. So again, let's see what his tagline is this evening. Hello, SSN Nation. I hope everyone is doing well. I received a notification and trailer. Thank you so much for that. That's one person this evening. Everybody who comes in, please let me know if you saw the trailer and received notification. I know it's a rare thing, but please let us know. And by the way, since we're going to be talking a little real estate, I dropped a video today about my top 5 Punta Cana pre-construction projects. And guess what? 0 is in the top 5. And I outlined some reasons why. But Mr. Cool, we were working on something last year. The Wave, it's another 11 months that's coming out. Have they sent anything new? I mean, they didn't push it back, I hope. And it's hard to get information from them. So I'm hoping that you guys have been receiving the information that they send it to you. Because again, it's getting... some years are going by here and we want to start earning some income, even though I didn't buy it the Wave. But we want everybody to win. The value went up, yes. But we want more than value, ladies and gentlemen. We want passive income. We want to start building our wealth immediately because this next bull run, whether it comes 6 months from now, 3 months from now, or 1.5 years from now, there will be another bull run. All right. Victor Marrero is here, soon to be retiree. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with that icon next to his name. I appreciate that. I humbly appreciate that financial support as well. And he brings his tagline. Hello, all. Let's do this. And I want to thank you, Victor Marrero, once again, investor and retiree, like I said. Laverne Penix, he says it. They keep giving us the runaround. Geez, who is the developer for the Wave? I'm going to have to go look it up. This is some of my vitriol during the video today. These builders and developers are out here actually doing wrong way too often. So again, It takes stars to align to make them correct their mistakes. Well, we're coming. I will know later on tonight. After this, I might be getting a phone call and during our live stream, and I'm going to know if it's just on a little bit or if it's on a lot of it. It's going to be very interesting, but this is one of the reasons why I'm joining the party. We're about to change the game. Let them mess around and find out, but we're found some cracks and we're about to exploit those cracks. That's right. Things like this right here, giving people the runaround, not knowing what's going on, creating delays. It's just ridiculous. And the wave put up a wall. Well, it's a fence, I guess, metal fence, like it says the wave on it. But before they didn't have a fence because there was no reason. Even if they're doing something, there's no reason. So you can't see over it. Usually the fence is only 6-7 feet high. Their fence seemed like it was 10 feet high or something, and you couldn't hear anything going on in the back. So I don't know what it is, ladies and gentlemen, but we will get to the bottom of it. I'm going to have to open up some of my old stuff from 2021, 2022, and see who the developer is, because I am taking names, taking no prisoners, because we have to know who we can trust and work with from this point forward. All right, Joe Nay, welcome. Another investor is here to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with that icon next to his name. I humbly appreciate that. And he brings his tagline. What's good, SSN fam? Hope everyone's doing fine. Yes, everyone is doing fine. I'm a little under the weather, though, unfortunately. But the show still goes on, ladies and gentlemen, all because of you guys giving me the motivation to show up. All right, that's what it is. Jawway J, another investor, is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with his icon as well. I greatly appreciate that. And he brings his tagline, hello, SSN Nation, received a notification, saw the trailer, and he smashed that like button. I greatly appreciate it. That's what we like to hear around here. Smash that like button so the YouTube guys know that we have people in the house. Jawway J, thank you. I got the notification 2 and Joe Nay is 3. I guess what? I just smashed that like button as well. I love it. Thank you so much, man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get down to it. Have you guys seen the stock market lately? Where have you been for the last 2 or 3 months? It's rising. Just as Jerome Powell called me 3 months ago and said, Eric, you know we're not raising the interest rate. You know we're not going to reduce it either. Why not? You're going to let the rich guys continue to get rich? He's like, hell yeah. What do you think we work for? I'm just like, man, okay. Let me tell everybody, stock market positive. It's on. Here we go. I think everybody should not be complaining about their 401 over the last year or year and a half, because all-time record high means all-time record highs. There is no gray area there. So this is getting interesting, because even the NASDAQ, this can't be right. 17,000? What the hell is going on, ladies and gentlemen? The stock market definitely is not Main Street, is it? So all I can tell you is what we've been talking about for 4 or 5 years. You need to be in equities. You need to be in the stock market. And I say that every live stream, and we still have people who say, I'm just going to listen to my grandma, listen to my parents. I'm going to put it in a little 4% savings account or 5% savings account and not even beat inflation. That's not the way to go, ladies and gentlemen. You have to beat inflation, and you have to have a long-term plan now. We can't play around anymore. You used to have these little gray areas because you can always get a job, could get a nice paying job. Inflation was relatively, it happens every 7, 8, 9 years, but then the Fed was able to, get it back under control within a year. This situation right here is something totally different. We don't know which way it's really going to go, but we can guess. And the way it's looking is there should be a meltdown in all kind of asset classes. But lock in your prices so you can actually get money from the assets you own. That means just what we talk about every Money Making Monday live stream: dividend stocks, real estate, buying a business that creates money, that's been around and has a track record. That way you don't have to work. You don't have to sweat that much either. You have to sweat, but not that much when you have assets paying you every month, right? We love that. All right, here we go. Victor Marrero saw your video, but what does contract says? Completion by end of 2025. What's the definition, the builder's definition of completion? All amenities in phase one. That's what it is. If we're talking about Larimar, we know what that is. I mean, I could tell you what that is in its extensive list. It's the most extensive phase one I've ever seen. And it's not possible in 1 year and 7 months. Not going to happen. It's not even possible in 2 years. Let's get real. It's arguably possible in 3. Because I'll give you the list, and some of you would say, wait a minute, this is going to be first phase, as in 1 year and 7 months from now. Okay, Prime Towers. There's 4 buildings that are 16 floors high. Have they started anything yet? No. So everything I'm about to tell you is from scratch. No foundations, no clearance, no nothing. So we have 4 buildings, 16 stories high, which is Prime Towers. We have Horizon 1, which is also 16 stories high. Both of them are going to have a pool. All right, in the middle. Horizon has a pool, and so will Prime. No biggie on the pools, but I mean, kind of, it takes months to do. Then we go to the back where there's a sports area. We're talking about a driving range. It's grass, no big deal. We're talking about soccer field, grass, no big deal. But tennis courts, basketball courts, and baseball field, or again, I don't know if it's a baseball field, but if it is, it's grass, but you need stadium stands, seating, and things like that. So I don't know what they're going to do or not. I guess you don't, but nonetheless, that's supposed to be there. 9 holes of an 18-hole golf course is supposed to be there. 0.6, and I'm going to give, I've always said 0.6 of a mile, which is 1 kilometer, but I'm just going to say 0.6 of a kilometer because it was not clear, but either way, 0.6, half of a kilometer for the boardwalk with the man-made beaches, with the retail shopping locations right off of those man-made beaches on the first level. That's just for starters. And oh my, try this. Add 2 5-star hotels who haven't started building yet. And that tells you, in case you're not up to speed on hotels being built, there's no hotel property that's built in 1 year or 2 years from scratch. Now, again, I just can't believe it that they're even sitting there saying 1 year, 7 months, we're going to deliver. That is absurd. That cannot happen. I mean, I don't even know how we can conjure up how it's going to happen. Now, if we're talking about, let me see the other top. Atlantida, they're in the same boat. They're supposed to be delivering like now, I think, this year or early next year for their first phase. That's not going to happen. They're running around, digging around in holes too. I mean, and what I mean is bulldozers, not actual holes, but bulldozers moving it around and stuff out. Just last week, I'm like, what's this going to do? At least they're clear, though. Atlantida was clear, but there's still no pile drivers coming in there. There's still no nothing. So, I mean, if somebody thinks they're going to be done in 2 years, if their first phase, that's kind of ludicrous as well. So that ain't going to happen. My other guys on the list. Let's see, Vistacana. Yeah, I had to take them off the list simply because of, I'll be putting out a video probably in the next week. There's developers, builders inside Vistacana that are ripping people off. So Vistacana is selling these developers the land. The people are building it or not. And in some instances, not is interesting, but what about the guys that are actually taking the title? The builders are taking the title after the person paid for it. And then the people have to sue them. And when they have sued them, Vistacana has used this BS talking about, oh, I'm sorry, they're independent. They bought the lot from us. I say that's traditional type of business, but it's inside your complex. You're in control. You should be penalizing them. In fact, you need a bond of some sort. I mean, come on now. Let's go. George, Tony, Sebastian, come on, man. You guys should have bonds on the builders or developers. In fact, make them pay for it. So then that way, if they mess it up, they lose their stuff. All right? Make it easy. Come on now. Stop playing, man. You got people you got millions of dollars, billions of dollars on the line. This thing of ours, you're messing it up. All right? This is getting crazy out here. So that's why they're no longer on the list, because we can't have rogue situations where these guys are saying, hey, and here's the worst part in one of the situations. Vistacana signed off at the bank to say it was unencumbered, knowing that it was encumbered because apparently the person they have to contact Vistacana proper, because remember, you got to get your passes and things like that. Even though you're in pre-construction, you can get your passes to go into Vistacana. So they said, we are not culpable, even though we signed off and said that the lot or the house and the lot was free and clear, and allowed this developer to go in and get a loan on the house and do not deliver it to the individual who paid full price. You heard me, full price for a villa. Developer kept it. He's in a lawsuit right now. There's several people that are in lawsuits. Yes, so I'll reveal the person. I've shown him before on my phone, but this time I'm going to actually have him on the screen, who the developer is, so that way people will know to avoid. He's delivered villas to other people, and then other people, he rips them off. Take me to court. A lot of people don't have money to take people to court, right? So that's how they win. So just beware about that as well. And I got a hold of some other things that has nothing to do with the video I dropped earlier. But if we start talking about real estate in the DR, another contract has come across my desk. It's Del Mar Residences by eBay. And again, they say they can raise the price, literally. In fact, you know what? Let me show you. This is the wildest one yet, along with Savannah. Those two are the wildest ones. But this one here is pretty wild as well. And I was just like, I was looking for something else. I just couldn't believe this was here. Wait till you guys see this. This is incredible. I mean, this is like, where's that paragraph 3? Let's see. Do we have a paragraph 3 here? Yes, we do. Let's see. Nobody's name's on here, I don't think. Nope. Check this out. Likewise. There we go. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this paragraph 3. What do you guys see? Look at this. I don't think you can read it. Hold on a second. Let me get this right. There we go. Sale price is increased during the construction of the work due to the increase in the prices of construction materials. There is no provision or due to the effects of laws, regulations, force majeure, or events beyond the seller's control, and that the latter can justify said price increase through verifiable indicators, the buyer assumes and undertakes to pay said difference proportion as appropriate to the apartment. There is nothing saying what those verifiable indicators are. Can you believe this? Just wide open. Verifiable indicators. You can see it right there at the bottom. Is that crazy or what? Is that insane? I was just like, is this for real? This is crazy. Sabana has Sabana doesn't even go that far. Sabana just point blank says we can just raise the price. They don't even talk about anything else. These guys are just like, we don't care. So if you buy something at Del Mar Residences and buy eBay, you can't sign this garbage. You better have a lawyer, Johan Confidante or somebody, Glenny Hatchie Cuevas. I don't care. But you guys are, if it's not them, you better have somebody renegotiate that. Or you have to say bye-bye, because you're opening up yourself to any number and trying to have delivery. Believe, like I don't know if we discussed this on Friday, but once again, you cannot believe these guys out here. They assume that you could pay 40, 50, 60%, and then on delivery, they'll tell you the thing cost another 30%. And the way the banks work there, even if the value of the property doubled, they don't go by that like we do in America. They'll just say your contract says this is what's owed. Now you owe us. You bought this for 200 grand. You owe another 60 grand on top of the 50% that you owe. I mean, this is what literally could happen. That's why you can't play with these guys like this. Don't just sign these contracts anymore. All these contracts have a poison pill. It seems to be the norm. All right. Contracts before, they were similar. Well, they didn't have this language in there. And then the developers and builders started saying, well, since there's no language in there one way or another, we're just going to raise the price. Sue us. So it has come to this. Acting like we're in America, because America started doing this as well by rescinding pre-construction contracts, and then by either party can do it. And then if the price increases greatly, the developer says, I'm sorry, I'm not going to sell it to you at that lower price, which is on the contract. Then they turn around and sell it for a higher price to the new people. That's happening in America. Same similar type of thing. So again, you're going to have to watch yourselves out here with your contracts. They have to be reorganized. All right. Don't settle. Even though you love a place, you can't sign these contracts. And especially at Del Mar, you have 2-bedroom units that cost $286,000, $290,000, $300,000. These guys wake up and be like, oh, well, you know, it's 25% more. I mean, seriously, that's 75 G's. All right. You're thinking you're getting something for 300. Now you find out it's 375,000. That's no go. All right. So again, I warn you about all these contracts. Get Johan, get whoever, get a lawyer that handles title work. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Johan's phone number in here. Let him know you're from SSN Nation. Why? Because it matters. He needs to know. So then you are in the special category. All right. Okay. So you can call him on WhatsApp, Dominican number. All right. Or text him. Let him know you're from SSN Nation if you have contracts. Now, he does charge like 1% of the purchase price, but he does the title for this as well. So you may say, okay, I got something for 200 grand, $2,000. And then, but that does your title closing. And some people are confused in the Dominican Republic. The lawyer does the title closing, but you could have additional fees. All right. Just keep that in mind, especially if you have no conference. You're going to have 3% transfer tax. So you can't get out of that either. All right. Let me know what you guys are thinking, but smash the like button no matter what you do. All right. Victor Marrero, let's see what he says. Did I already read this? What's the builder's definition of completion? Oh, yeah. Thank you for mentioning this, because you guys already know I took cruise on land off the list. You guys know that from way back because of their messed up nonsense contract as well, that I feel. Other people can live with it because the prices are so cheap. I mean, it's something that, you know, I mean, like, okay, so what if the price goes up 20% if you bought something for, you know, a penthouse unit for 140,000? Then you're just like, well, okay, that's still a bargain to me because it's cheap. But they have other things as well. And come to find out, I'm still looking for this. Cruise on land owners, even though they weren't in my top 5, they're still a project of interest. And I just heard that their first phase, I'm kind of shocked, is they have a 6 or 7 story building. They have 2 of them. That's going to be in their first phase. The other thing is they're supposed to have an aquatic center like 10,000 square meters. That's pretty big. All right. So they're saying that the 2 buildings, and I don't know what this means, partial of the man-made beach is going to be complete, which means, just like Victor Marrero's talking about, what's their definition of completion? Because I'm just like, well, why even mention this? If it's not going to be fully done, what does partial mean when it's a man-made beach? I don't understand why they even. So basically, they are not going to do anything else. They're going to have 100 amenities, and they're going to have 15 buildings. How are they going to? I'm just like, they're supposed to have casino, amphitheater, roller coasters, go-kart tracks. I mean, restaurants, gardens. I mean, I don't understand how they're going to complete anything in 5 years. I mean, if this is the pace that they're going to do, 2 buildings every 2 years, I mean, this is crazy. All right. Anyhow, all amenities in phase 1. Exactly. That's what they said on Cruise on Land. And I'm like in shock. I'm just like, what? 2 buildings? You haven't even started building yet? You haven't laid down any foundation yet? This is crazy, ladies and gentlemen. Crazy. The stock market is reacting to the anticipation of interest rate cuts. Victor Marrero, we knew that. Oh, yeah. What's her face? Elizabeth Warren. What is she doing? What is she doing? Really? Going in to the Federal Reserve and trying to talk to Treasury, telling them to reduce interest rates? My God, who does that benefit the most? The wealthy. Jesus, we keep hearing between 3 to 6 cuts. About 7 mega stocks are carrying the market now. Exactly, Victor Marrero. But that's all it ever takes. This is why they manipulate the markets. Remember, they always remove the weak companies from the market indexes. So therefore, this is no shock. All you need is 5 to 10 stocks that are on the rise because it's weighted. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's a casino. It's a game that you have to understand, but you can put yourself in the right position because you know what the mega stocks are. You know who they are. You've heard of Facebook, Meta. You've heard of Apple, Microsoft, Tesla even. You've heard of these companies. Come on. You know who the mega cap companies are. Come on. Victor Marrero says 2 more beauties for monthly dividend passive income. Not only they pay a nice monthly per share dividend, but they both have performed 15% average return. Oh my goodness. He has something new for us. I know about SPY I, but this DGRW is very interesting. In fact, in case you don't know, we are here. We are here on Money Making Monday live stream, SSN Nation style. So that means a couple of things. That means we're going to actually go look. You know what we're going to do. We're going to go look. DRGW. Is that what it was? Let's go look this up. We have to go look this up because I don't know what it is. Let's see. I think that's it. Is it DR? Well, I got to get back on the screen. DGRW. All right. That's fine. Close enough. We'll get there. All right. There we go. DGRW. All right, let's see. DGRW. Oh, it was in there. Yes, I do mean DGR stock. Thank you, Google. All right, Victor Morrell bringing some gems, $72.05. And well, what's been happening? Let's go see. A little slower. Okay, within a range. That's cool. Oh, all-time highs. Here we go again. But what is the yield? I don't see it. Let's go. Dividend yield, 1.71%, according to this. Do your own research. That's all I can say about it. Wisdom Tree U.S. Quality Dividend Growth Fund. Well, it's growing all right. Holy smokes. All right. Well, it hasn't really grown that much. Okay. It's okay. 17% year over year. Still a growth stock and giving dividends, but I don't know what the dividends are. It looks like 1.71%. Both carry the big stocks. Oh, that's why. George's Charles, welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with that icon next to his name. The investor, the emerging millionaire is in the house. And he says, hey, y'all, I smell money as his tagline. And he's also one of those superstar investors. He says, I'm going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. Not one, not two, not three. I'm going to make things happen. And he's strategic. Hopefully his first project, his first property will be delivered sometime in the next 11 months. 12 months, we can still live with that too. And he'll be able to start collecting passive income. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. That short time span, that's what we like. We don't want to wait 3 years. We don't want to wait 4 years. That's lost money. We're losing money that's gone. And you put down 100,000, 70,000, 60,000, and then you're sitting there twiddling your thumbs like, hey, when are you going to deliver this thing? That money could have been sitting over in the stock market at all-time record highs. I'm just saying some of it, a lot of it, could be getting dividends right now. Something. So anyhow, there you go. Thank you for being here, George's Charles. Very nice to see you again in the house. Now, there's Johan's information, ladies and gentlemen, everybody on podcast, +1 for Dominican Republic, 809-757-1573, or you can go to occlawyers.com. O is in Oscar, C is in Charles, C is in Charles, lawyers.com. All right, it's that simple. Now, Victor Morrell says again, that's why it's very important to read and understand the contract, especially real estate. If there's nothing on the contract that you sign, then you can walk away with your deposit. That's correct. Exactly. That is correct. And you know what else these developers and builders are doing to people? What they're doing is send us your money before we give you the contract. Unbelievable. Someone called me over this weekend and said they told them you had to send $5,000 before we give the contract. I was like, don't do that. Just tell them I need to go show it to my attorney. And then sure enough, within like 5 minutes, they sent something going, okay, we'll send it over later. I was like, this is normal. What the hell's going on around here? This is the kind of shenanigans that's going on over there now. All this money's coming over there, and so they're taking advantage. I hate to say this. Curtis Davis is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with that icon next to his name as well. Thank you so much. And he says, Good evening, SSN family, as his tagline. And he did not forget his ABMM. What does that mean? Always be making money, ladies and gentlemen. And how can you do that? Real estate, stocks, businesses. And let's just get into other areas. Collectibles, right? There's a lot of collectibles that you can buy, trade, and get some money coming in. Appreciating, assets go up. When the stock market goes up, other assets go up. Real estate goes up, other assets go up. I'm just saying, it's pretty simple. Yes, anticipation, 2 cuts in March, April. March, T minus 60 days. I've been saying it. I figured March is my target date. April, not so much. But then again, Powell's been watching the channel. I'm pretty sure he's going, you know what? Eric's been on time. We can't have this guy on time. Just like when they didn't cut the rates in December. He says, we got to switch this up. We got to switch this up. So maybe it'll be April. But either way, I'm calling it T minus 45 days. That's what I'm calling it right now, March. And then if you guys think that the market is anticipating a rate cut and it's doing all-time record highs, what do you think when they actually do the rate cut? Are you in? Big cap stocks. You in? All right. I'm just saying. Here it is. DGRW pays $21.50 per share monthly. That's $2 and something. Okay, that's why it's 1 point something, because it's $72 a share. So in case people do not understand, it's 21.5 times 12. What is that? Around 250? $2.50, and then you divide it by $72, because I believe that's what the share price was. And that's how you get 1.7, 1.6, somewhere in that ballpark. That's how you do. That's how you figure out your yield, ladies and gentlemen. All right, now here we go. Check out the performance. Better than SCHD. This fund is on fire. Okay, are you talking about DGRW's on fire? Better than SCHD. That's interesting. And here's SoFi. Stock ripped high, 15%. It's been undervalued for, I don't know, 3 years. It's been undervalued. It's still undervalued. This is insane. Thank you so much for that update, Curtis Davis. Mr. Financial is in the house. And by the way, if you're here, go check out Mr. Financial's channel. His AKA alter ego alias is Chili Davis with 2 L, CHILLY Davis. Please go there. Check him out. That would be greatly appreciated. Smash his like buttons. Subscribe to his channel and click the all notification bell, because he gives updates throughout the day. That's how I knew SoFi had some earnings call and things went out really well. So I learned it early this morning because he dropped information. So I was like, thank you so much for that. Back to SoFi. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We got to put our money in the markets with stocks. That stock should be, in my opinion, 3 or 4 times as high as it is right now. It's crazy that it doesn't happen like that, but it is what it is. All right. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. My voice is a little harsh tonight. Did a little traveling, stayed up a little late. I'm a little bit tired. I'm a little bit irritable. And you know, stocks, the assets you should buy, real estate that you can buy, no credit check, no qualifying, no barriers to entry. If you do pre-construction, I don't care where it is. You can be in Miami and do pre-construction. If you want to pay $1 million, $500,000, $300,000 for homes or condos or townhomes, that's your business. They have them there. So just keep that in mind. You can get real estate anywhere on the planet with no credit check, no qualifying, especially when it's pre-construction stock. All right. So just keep that in mind. You have opportunities, even if it's not in America, anywhere that you can earn money. Why do you think the big dogs, the rich guys, the top 10%, why do you think they have offshore companies? Offshore companies collect money, don't have to pay tax in America, right? So like some of us who are real estate investors in the Dominican Republic, and like me who have a company, we can have money sitting over there. So whenever I leave the country, I just go to the bank there and I don't bring the money back here. The United States doesn't even know I have the money, quite frankly, unless it's reported. But it's any business done is offshore. Under a business, as an individual, you're a U.S. citizen, so you have to report income to stay legal. A lot of people, even Congress people, they don't report it when it's offshore because it's not really trackable. So, but occasionally they get caught, right? So either way, just pay the tax that you got to pay when you're offshore. But nonetheless, that's what we're talking about here, ladies and gentlemen. We want to make sure that you actually do the right thing. All right. That they held down SoFi for 2 years. Exactly, Curtis Davis. It's crazy what's happening out here. People don't think there's dark forces. There are. Just like on our channel, there's dark forces stopping, keeping things down. Victor Morrell, because this information that's shared here every live stream, you guys just never know what's going to be shared. Get your pen, pad, and papers. And so Victor Morrell's already dropped some gems that you guys can go do your own research. And we don't have courses here. All right. Yes, DGRW. Don't mind the dividend per month. I'm looking at the fact that this fund is also appreciating a rate of over 18.66% for 1 year and almost 13% since inception. 13% is good because the average is what, 9? That's what it is, right? 9% on average for stock market indexes when you're investing in the stock market. So that's not bad. Exactly. I'm waiting on rate cut. Microsoft, Amazon may explode or play it safe via or QQQ. Hey, look, all of that is in play. Mr. Financial's got it right. All of it. VOO, QQQ, all of it. And Microsoft, all the big caps, they're in play. Things are about to get off the chain. These guys have been sitting there for over a year, making money and letting it sit. You know what's going to happen when these guys get unleashed to where they're able to borrow against, maybe not quite right away, but all that's going to happen is it's going to be bad news for the little guy. You're going to get left behind, ladies and gentlemen. I've told you this before. This could be the last time that you're going to have a chance. Time hasn't ran out on you yet, but you can already feel it. 65% of the population in America lives paycheck to paycheck. The number of people who can even get 400 in their bank account has risen. Car payments also have risen. This is getting incredible. People are paying apartment notes $1,500 a month for car payments, $1,200 a month. Standard issue. This has to end. That's a liability, ladies and gentlemen. Don't do it. Roll around in something else. The amount of money that you're paying for a vehicle, let's say it's, I can't even fathom, $1,000 per month. If you're willing to pay $1,000 per month, then you should buy a car and spend half of that every month to upkeep it then, if you have no problem. And then it'll turn into you won't have to do any upkeep because everything you've done after spending $5,000 or something, the car is rolling. There's no issues. An older car, that is, that's paid off. I don't understand what's happening out here. This is just getting ridiculous. Unbelievable. 1,200. And these aren't Lambos. All right. This isn't some, ghost. This is ridiculous what's happening out here. And people aren't even stopping. They're like the party's going to keep going like it's 1920s or something when it's not. Curtis Davis, Mr. Financial Air, dropping gems, business, self-contained in each country or island. No need to transfer money back to the USA. Exactly. The big boys. That's what they do. 1,000 a month. $1,000 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 a month. $1 I've done it a little bit different now. Like I told you guys before, when I travel around the world, and if a country allows me to open up a bank account, I always have a bank account, because you never know what's going to happen in America. Like, people are now getting the stories, like I told you guys the stories who's been here over the last 5 years. I told you the story when Wells Fargo and Bank of America took money out of my accounts in the 80s. My friends, family, they said I was lying. They said, no way. I said, it's happening. And they never believed me. US Bank, I forgot about them until now. US Bank also took money out of my account. So back then, ever since then, I don't keep money in a bank. US Bank was cold. You know, when you have these accounts that are supposedly no fee. So here I am, had a sum of money in US Bank, special account, at least I thought. So I don't even use my bank. I have bank accounts I don't even use. I mean, so literally about 2-3 years goes by. I might have used the bank just by putting in, like, I don't know, $500 or $300 or something, not really paying attention. 2-3 years goes by. All of a sudden I get this phone call saying, hey, Mr. Bird, this is US Bank. Your account's overdrawn. I said, what are you talking about? I don't even have a current card. I can't even use my account, so I can't take no money out. You know what they said? I'm sorry, since your account was not being used, we charged you like $7.50 per month. I was like, excuse me? What did you say? He's like, yeah, and you got charged like another $10 for something else. And I was just like, a month? And then he said, yeah, and because you didn't do something else, it's $100. I was like, have you lost your mind? So I marched down to US Bank, all, coming down like the Rough Rider. I'm like, what the hell's going on, man? I haven't even used this thing. And then they had the nerve to tell me, we closed your account. I'm like, well, where's the money? They're just like, oh, well, your account was overdrawn. I was like, no, my account wasn't overdrawn. Where's the paper? We started trying to go over where's the bank summary and this, that, and the other. And they had the nerve to say, we don't have that. I was like, you got to be kidding me. Yeah, US Bank. I forgot about them. Greenhaven, US Bank, Sacramento. Florin Road, Bank of America, Wells Fargo. Yeah, I can name names. That's who did it. All three of the banks did it in the 80s, not in 2020s. Now that everybody knows, they can go and Google and they're seeing people getting their money yanked. $10,000, $20,000, and where is it? We don't know. We don't care. Go see somebody else. It's going down. Once again, it's outrageous. Like 600K in Banco Popular, other. There you go. That's it. But it can't be Banco Popular Puerto Rico, though. Just keep that in mind. I like the movie when real estate in Vegas exploded, the bull market, stocks are coming. There you go. That's exactly right. Yeah, I won't even get into the Vegas story right now. Brian P. It's a good story actually, but it's a bad story. There were in 2007-8, there was condos for $10,000 they were selling. I know, I didn't buy one though. Vegas has always been one of those love-hate things for me. Brian P., another investor's in the house, ladies and gentlemen, on our SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. You can learn a lot. And Icon next to his name. I appreciate that. And he says his tagline, hello, Eric. I hope all is well with you. Yes, just a little bit under the weather, but we're making it. We're going. We're making it happen. And hello, SSN family. I got the notification and videos. Thank you so much. That's only 3 people that has received the notification and saw the video. See, ladies and gentlemen, see, there's forces out here that don't want people to know that they easily could be making 15, 20, 25% returns. And if the market explodes like it's about to, and real estate explodes, you will be in the perfect position. It's rare that you can get these. And by the way, I got to say something, because a lot of people try to time the market. And what I mean by that is, instead of putting money in the market, you could miss a matter of 5 days or less where you could have big runs. That's it. So the only way, you can't time it. So the only way is you have to be in the market. You can't be sitting on the sidelines and then you hear about it. Oh, it's all-time record high. I wish I was in. Well, we've been telling you about it for the last 5 years. I mean, dollar cost averaging is a thing. Paying attention to your money is a thing. This is the kind of thing that we have to do. If you want to be a top 10%er, you have to pay attention to assets that pay you. You just can't go sleep. Just because you have assets that pay you, you still can't leave them alone. You have to monitor. You have to sometimes make maneuvers. You have to say, well, let me get out of this because this is what's happening. Everything is adjustable. That's how you should think of assets. Real estate makes it a little bit easier, but what's happening to all the people right now that bought real estate so they could do short-term rentals and then found out that the city or county blocked them? Now they have a mortgage on something that they can't get their money back for, and they really find out that it was a liability all along. All right, so don't put yourself in these positions. You guys already knew that, though, because I told you what I do. I told you you should stay with the condo hotel concept. You're already in a commercial zone. You have somebody that they can check in at the front desk. So you don't have to worry. They have to give their credit card. So you pretty much don't have to worry. You minimized your threat of things being messed up. And there's security that you don't have to pay for either. There's housekeeping you don't have to pay for either. So these are the type of things that you knew was going to come sooner or later because it's in a commercial zone. Residential housing is not commercial. So you always have to keep that in the back of your mind if you're going to be out here doing short-term rentals, or for that matter, long-term rentals month to month. So again, these are the type of things you have to think about. Don't do the stupid stuff. And I shouldn't use the term stupid. I just mean ill-informed, because a lot of people think they can just go buy real estate and voila. Doesn't matter about the neighborhood, doesn't matter the unit size, doesn't matter what the place looks like around there. I mean, none of that do they take into consideration when they should. You got to study, ladies and gentlemen, when you want to be into something that makes you money. Making money is not easy, and keeping it is even harder. So just keep those things in mind. So therefore, you have to always be on top of it. Stocks, the assets you should buy. Real estate, you can buy. It creates wealth. Just what we're talking about tonight. Don't forget, smash that like button. We've almost been doing this for 1 hour. And so subscribe to the channel if you like what we're talking about so far. And if you'd like to come back on Wednesday night live stream, I'd appreciate that. It's at 8:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But at the same time, Wednesday night is only for members with the icon next to their name, like Victor Marrero, like Brian P., like Curtis Davis, like who else is here tonight? I know I saw George's Charles. Who else? Joe Nay, Jaway J, Laverne Penix, Mr. Cool. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Just like them with the icons. Wednesday night, only they can be in the chat room. Everybody else you can only watch, which is fine. But share the videos too. What's good? All right, here we go. Victor Marrero, he says, good information from Banco Popular and DR regarding property loans. Interest rate in US dollars, 8.95% for the first year, then a variable rate after that, more below. Okay. You can't put in any, you can't do anything, Victor Marrero. You can't put in any links. Let me go do this. Banco. Whoa. Banco Popular. Oh, wait, I don't have Banco Popular. What's that? Well, I don't need Banco Popular. If it's 8.95, Scotiabank's 8.5. But it doesn't matter. That's still pretty good. And it's a variable rate, which is interesting because if interest rates come down, which they already reduced their interest rate last year. So again, that's not bad. Let's see. Loan amount. Let's go look at this. Let's see. No, interest rate is what I need. So, no. Banco Popular didn't. Banco Popular. I'm not going to be able to look it up, Victor Moreau. Because, see, Well, hold on. Loans. Let's see what we got. Loans. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick. Let's see if we can get any loan information. I can't really look it up like that. I need Banco Popular, and I don't have them. So I can't pull it up. But 8.95%, it's going to drop. So that's going to be interesting. Now, here's the kicker. He's got the kicker. This is the one what we need to know right here. They finance up to 80% of the property appraised value. So we got to get Banco Popular, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man, they're a headache to open up an account. Jeez. Oh, man. But it's worth it. 80% of property appraised value. Victor Moreira, we're not talking about in Puerto Rico, right? You're talking about in the Dominican Republic. Let me know. Is that what you're talking about? They have a 2.5% penalty fee if you pay off the entire balance within the first 5 years. Oh my God, like it's 1979 again. This is crazy. Prepayment penalty. Sheesh. That's insane. Okay, whatever. Wow. Okay. But again, I mean, these property, 200,000 is $5,000 penalty for paying off early, but that's a penalty nonetheless. Wow, man, they want to make sure they utilize that paper that they leveraged. Finance up to 80% of property appraised value. Victor, do you know are we talking about 80%? Are we talking about pre-construction and they're going to do 80% like we're in America? That if the value is 80% and you only owe 50%, you could say, give me 10%, walk away with some cash. Is that what you're saying? Although at 8.95%, that's kind of hard to be like, give me some extra cash. I mean, seriously. This is great news right here. Quite frankly, I mean, this is the start. I predicted this was going to happen. I just didn't anticipate it would be this year. I thought it would be next year after they reduced the interest rates that in Dominican Republic, they would get these type of deals where they would actually give you the appraised value. This also means, wow, if this is allowed, then that means the value of property will skyrocket. And apparently this is allowed. So the values are going to skyrocket because people are going to take out an extra 10 or 20% since they can, or the full 80% of the appraised value. So think about some of this. Let's go give an example. Why don't we look at some examples right now? What if you bought a Oceana 2-bedroom for $179,000 when it first came out, right? And then now, if you have a 2-bedroom there, it's like $350,000. So you've already put down 50%. So you only owe like 90,000, 85,000, but yet your property's worth 350,000. They're going to give you 80%. You could get a loan for 200,000+. Pocket 130,000, 120,000. Is that what it is? That's crazy. And you know what that means. That means the rich can turn around and buy another piece of profit, passive income. But a lot of people are going to go out and buy toys. But nonetheless, the smart, savvy person will use that money and go get another asset, not having to work for it. And that also means the value of properties will go up because now multiple people will be able to do this and they'll be bidding on the same property, especially the better ones. That's why location matters. And that's why the surroundings, the amenities, and everything comes into play when a market is able to do what Victor Morero is saying that Banco Popular is allowing. That's going to be very, very detrimental to everybody who plans on getting in 2025, because if this is already on the table, some people are going to take them up on that 8.95% because they can get 80%. It's worth it to them to pay 2.5% if they pay it off early. It's worth it because they're getting hundreds of thousands of dollars in their pocket that they can utilize and get passive income coming in for 8.95% with a variable and it's a calculated risk. But nonetheless, they are reducing the interest rates in America, in the EU. They've already done it in the DR. So that means the variable interest rate could be below the 8.95%, which is a win-win-win. Your payment goes down. You're able to take money, extract money out. This is a beautiful thing. This is great news, Victor Morero. I got to open Banco Popular when I go. This is great news. Curtis, here we go. Victor, seems like a good deal. Yeah, it's going to be a good deal. And they finance up to 15 years. See, this is the thing. Even at 15 years on, $200,000 IOU, 8.95%. Sure, that's $1,700. That's not cheap, right? But that $200,000 could be a $500,000 property, and then you can tap it at 80%. You got 400. You can have $200,000 that you can now utilize, put it into a dividend or buy another property or a business, and now you're using that money to pay back the loans. I mean, this is how crazy this gets. So you're about to be in that cycle. I T-minus 60 days, I think, personally. Don't get left behind, ladies and gentlemen. You have a chance. Curtis Davis. So the banks in the DR are making big loans as construction boom happens. Exactly. This is great. Yes, this is the DR. My brother asked for his Connor Rock Star property. Okay, let's hear about this, Victor Morero. The appraisal for Connor Rock Star. Galaxy Star. I don't remember if he had a 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom, but let's say he had a 2-bedroom. It's going to be in the 300s, right? I mean, that's because, I don't know actually, but let's see what he says. The appraised value at the end, once the apartment is built at the time of completion. So in my case for Galaxy, I can over 325,000, but of course I won't do that. Yeah, exactly. This is what we're talking about. That's right, because they're $400,000 now. So that's 4 times 8 is 320. Yeah, 325. Exactly. He won't do that. Don't do it. Don't do it. But I love that. But what's this with your brother though? What's this? Yes, this is the DR. My brother asked for his Connor Rock Star property. How much are I don't understand when you say asked. Oh, you mean ask the bank, Banco Popular. Okay, I got you. You asked Banco Popular and they said they'll give 80%, which is a win for everybody. This eliminates, I shouldn't say eliminates. This actually helps people for those who have contracts like the Del Mar contract, like the Sabana contract, that says, oh, you're going to owe us an extra 30 grand, 40 grand, and now people can't buy it. This alleviates that problem because now the people still have an option to buy. They're not stuck. I love this. We have some people that could possibly use this. Banco Pop. Oh, but again, banking relationship could help as well. Victor Morero, does he have a banking relationship with Banco Popular? Or was that just a regular old call that anybody can walk in and get a loan from if they have decent enough credit? That's the key right there. Because if you need a banking relationship, I suggest you open up Banco Popular because they're one of the first ones I've heard of that will give you 80% loan to value. Now, this 80% loan to value, Victor Marrero, we talking about they're not treating this as a commercial property, right? They're treating it as a residential or a vacation home, right? I mean, I don't know if it matters if they live in it, primary home or not, but they're not treating it as commercial. I just want to make sure, because this is important right now. Very important. Bank, red symbol, Banco Popular. Exactly. That's the one. But you must be resident of DR or own condo to access the bank. No, Curtis Davis, you can be a U.S. citizen and open up a bank account in the DR. All right. I showed before I have Scotiabank and I have BLH. I'm soon to have Banco Popular, though. I'm soon to have Banco Popular, because if they start this off, that means other banks are going to follow suit. That's a win-win, ladies and gentlemen. I thought this was going to happen in 2025. Well, welcome to the party. It happened sooner. That means the value of our properties are going to go up. Unfortunately, though, we're all in the holding pattern potentially for 2 years, while we've watched our prices go up. Like Victor Marrero's prices have skyrocketed. We're going to probably be in the same boat. Like if our Larimar property, we're probably going to be sitting here in 25, 2026, but the property value is going to increase. That's great, but not really. I'd rather have the money from rentals instead of sitting in a black hole. Black holes with your money is no good. Our duffel bag of cash, when we pull it out, we need it to work for us. All right. No, you don't have to be a resident. And you don't have to own any property either to access the bank. All you need is a lot of things when you go over to the Dominican Republic, and I'll repeat them here. You need, if you work for somebody else, you need your W-2, you need your previous year tax return. So right now they're going to make you in about in about 3 weeks, 4 weeks, they're going to make you have your 2023 tax returns. Right now you can still get away with your 2022s. So you got the tax return. You're going to need your passport. You're going to need a second ID. I think I'm missing something. I know I'm missing something. I just can't remember what it was. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, you're going to have, it's like 1995 at the bank. You're going to have to sign papers while you're there. It's going to take 45 minutes to sign the papers. It's crazy. But that's all you really need. It seems like I'm missing something, but no, you need your full tax returns. Oh, I know why I can't remember. If you have a business, you're self-employed, then you need that they have to be able to pull up, or you need to show them that you're the authorized user for that business. So therefore, you don't need a W-2. So therefore, your tax return is going to have your Schedule C, D, E, whichever ones you have. It's going to be on there, and that's what they're going to base on your tax return and any 1099. They want to see the 1099 as well. So that's the forms. That's why I couldn't remember, because I was like, I had to jump through hoops. So we'll see what's happening. Uh-oh. You know what this means. Time to play a promo video, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got some great news. You guys got some great news, courtesy of Victor Marrero, everybody here. In fact, we have a large proportion of people who have pre-construction projects in the Dominican Republic. You need to open up a Banco Popular account. That's all I can say. I'm going to be, that's my next target. And I don't really like Banco Popular, even though they were in Puerto Rico, but still. They're a different company in Puerto Rico than they are in the DR. And all I know is every time I went there in the DR, it was like the longest wait. But don't worry, we have Johan's assistant that can help us out, hopefully at Banco Popular. And that way we won't have to wait all day. This is awesome. This is awesome. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, check this out. I want to keep reading about this. I want to find out more. I want to find out more. My brother, here we go. My brother has a 1-bedroom swim up and is looking at borrowing $50K. The bank quoted him $509 per month at that interest rate. Why? I thought it was 8.9%. That's half. Why is it for? There must be something we're missing. But nonetheless, wait. Victor Marrero, hold on. You're going to have to back us up for a second. Are you saying that the 1-bedroom is free and clear? Or are you saying he has an IOU it's a pre-construction and he can take out the additional 50,000? Let me know what exactly you're referring to, because this could be key news and information for people. Okay, Rastafarian. Hey, I was watching your video about Larimar. Should we get a lawyer? Okay, Rastafarian, straight up, there's no need to get a lawyer. Other than you'll need a lawyer for closing. You should have had a lawyer. Well, their contract is pretty cut and dry, but nonetheless, no, there's nothing to do. It's just based on delivery and it's based on my thoughts. I don't think they're going to be finished by September 2025. There's nothing we can do. A lawyer is not going to help you because delivery has not been extended. Force majeure, anything can happen between now and another year and a half. If a hurricane comes, that automatically gives them relief. Usually in contracts, there's a 6-month, 180-day, up to 180-day window in the first place. So even if it's September 2025, they can wait till deliver up to March 2026 without any penalties or whatever. So there's nothing to sue them over at this point in time. But you will need a lawyer when you decide to transfer title, because lawyers do the title transfer. So hopefully that helps you out, Rastafarian, and welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. I'm very happy that you watched the video. And by the way, since you're here and you own it, Larimar, why, if you don't mind, could you share? And hold on, I'm going to leave you Johan Confidante's number. It's right here. He charges 1%. But let him know you're from the SSN Nation so you can talk to him with no questions, no problems. You don't have to pay to talk to him. He'll talk with you. Just let him know you're from SSN Nation. Now, let's get to the other business at hand. Congratulations on Larimar. What did you buy? And if you don't mind sharing with the good folks here on YouTube podcasts, I'll tell them. Everybody on podcast will tell you how much he purchased his Larimar unit for. And then, of course, we'll get into some other things, but let's go. Here we go. I missed something from him. Rastafarian says, please talk about what are the options to protect our investment at Larimar on the contract. It's already protected, man. There's nothing more you can do. Larimar's contract is just like, well, kind of just like everybody else's, except for one thing, no price increase. So unlike other contracts, if you have a delay, there's going to be a huge price increase like we all have right here. For instance, Ziba at Vistacana, 15% price increase. Your lawyer would have only cost you less than $2,000 to negotiate it. And the one lady, her negotiation was 5%. She went through Johan. Then Ziba sent all the other people who did not have a lawyer negotiate 15% increase because they just signed contracts. At Panorama Garden, Johan's my attorney. He negotiated 10%. Eric, this is the best we can do. Will you live with this? It was 123,000. Okay, so it's going to cost me 13,000 more in 2.5 years, at least at the time you thought. Fine, I'll pay 135. 2-bedroom penthouse unit at Panorama Garden. I don't see why that would be a problem. It's going to be worth well more than that whenever they get it built. At the time, we're thinking 2 years, 2.5 years, whatever, but it ends up being like 4 years later or something. But nonetheless, yeah, that's the only protection you can have, is you have to have a lawyer. Don't try to negotiate things yourself. All right. And as far as Larimar, there's nothing wrong with Larimar yet. I'm saying how I feel. The guys at Larimar keep insisting that they're going to have delivery September 2025. I just don't see it. Whether it's December, whether it's, like I said, March, I don't really care. I don't see how it happens in 2 years or less. They may amaze me and do the unthinkable. It's possible, but I just don't see how. They're not, the land is even set up yet. So I don't see how that's going to happen. But so you don't have to really worry about that. But once again, let us know the big deal. Everybody wants to know, how much did you buy it for? What size unit? Why did you buy that particular unit? Because I mean, it doesn't have to be in the prime. You might have got a Horizon. You might have gotten a Breeze Tower. You might have gotten the new Paradise Towers. So let me know. But anyhow, that's Johan's number. Everybody on the screen, get in touch with him, because that is the thing. So hopefully that helps you out. Let me see here. I skipped. Hey, I was watching your video about Larimar. Should we get a lawyer? Okay, I already answered that one. I messed up though and touched my tab. Okay, let's see what this is. Victor Marrero, don't need a direct relationship with the bank. Banco Popular is backing CounterRock. Oh, so I am sure Banco Popular and CounterRock are in bed together. CounterRock referred my brother to Banco Popular. This is what we need to find out, though. Next time I'm there, hopefully I'm going to be there in less than 2 weeks. SSN Nation Takeover 2024 continues. The guys are getting back from Madrid for tour. That's going to be interesting. The other guys, I need to go see them like yesterday. And hopefully I'll get a call in about an hour about some other stuff that I told you guys about, some funding, some financing. You always need that. So CounterRock referred my brother. Okay. So Victor Morel, we don't know for sure if it's like in bed together, but I'm thinking they do more than just CounterRock, or they could just do CounterRock because of the values that are out there versus just a random place that could be inside Vistacana. We don't want to put ourselves in that situation, right? So they have the values and they trust those values. That could have something to do with it. I'm going to have to find out more about Banco Popular, because this is very major right now, Victor Morero. Because if they're doing it, that means another bank could be doing this. Victor, this is like printing money through contracts. Exactly. Oh, by the way, Rastafarian and everybody else that owns at Larimar, I want you guys to know something. And you could do this at other projects that the big guys are keeping down low. If you have a company, some of the developers are allowing you to buy under your company name. When you buy under your company name, the asset is in the company name. So when you sell your company, it also transfers the title without having a title transfer, because it's with the company. And you can sell it before delivery. You heard, did you hear me? Before delivery. Meaning, if you bought, we'll stick with Larimar, you bought a 2-bedroom for $118,900, and it's right up front, ocean view from the 13th floor. Somebody says, I'll give you $175,000. You can flip it before delivery. I'm just saying, I'm just saying, but it's not a good idea. Well, actually, in the case of Larimar, it doesn't matter because they don't have comfort tour. See, if a property has comfort tour, you shouldn't put it in a company name. So just saying. But just letting you know, Curtis Davis is right on top of it. Leverage, derivatives. We love that, ladies and gentlemen. We talk derivatives here. What do you do when you get that loan? A piece of paper, that's derivative. That's power. That's why assets are so powerful. Oh my God, this is major. I got to find out more. When you say second ID, U.S. driver's license, passport, tax return, or W-2, those are all the things you need. You need all of it. If you're self-employed, then you need to show that your company, that you're an authorized officer, majority owner, you own the company, and then you have to give them in your 1099 if you're dealing with, you're a 1099 person, or if you're not, then your tax return still shows your Schedule C, Schedule E, whatever you got. So they need that. And again, you want Johan as your attorney because a woman in his office can get all of those documents sent to the bank, the managers, get it approved. So when you show up, you're going to be in the bank less than an hour. You're still going to be in there past 30, 45 minutes, but it'll be less than 3 or 4 hours. All right. Because everything's already approved. And you don't have to wait 2 or 3, 4 weeks later to get approved. Like when I went through BLH myself without Gresha, just to see what would happen as an ordinary citizen. It took 1 month to get approved with BLH. You're insane. Insane. So just letting you guys know, this is what you're dealing with. That's why you should open up your bank accounts now. And I know Victor said there's no banking relationship, but there must be some sort of relationship like he was alluding to, because somehow, 6 months bank statements. I knew I was missing something. Let's see. Victor Morel's bringing it up now. 6 months bank statements. He's right. I went over the documents. The bank needs to approve you for a loan, and 95% of these are the same as if you were asking a U.S. bank. Proof of income, 2 years of tax return, passport, 2 IDs, bank statements. Okay, 3 months bank statements, but BLH wanted 6 months bank statements. They have to be consecutive. All right, so it varies. So just say 6 months, so that way you'll have everything covered. You download your latest 6 months, so then that way you can email them to whoever. If you're using Johan's assistant, it's well worth the money. You don't have to spend hours. When I went to BLH, I was there for probably 2 hours signing paperwork. After I leave, they still hit me up and said, hey, send us this stuff. And I was like, I gave that to you. And they're like, well, it didn't come out kind of right. Send it to us again. I was like, and then I went there because I happened to go back. You guys know I went back in December. So then that's when I signed. And was it December? Yeah, it was December. I signed. And so I thought everything was done. Then when I left, had to send them stuff. And then it took them a month to send me over. You're approved. Send your $500 to your U.S. account. Here's your account information. Okay, but Victor Morel has it right. And again, it matters if you're self-employed. If you are, then you're going to need your LLC or corporation. You're going to have that documentation saying you are the owner of the company and your tax returns. Victor Morel says 2 years of tax returns. BLH, Santa Cruz, and Scotiabank, they only needed 1 year of tax returns. But everything else on this, proof of income, yeah, that was a W-2 or a 1099, and then your bank statement. So they have all of that. But that's it. It's relatively simple. It just takes forever because you might not get approved same day. All right. So we will see. Please talk about what the options are to protect our investment at Larimar on the contract. Okay. Again, I'll say this again for everybody who may just join this. Larimar contract is probably one of the better contracts, except in one aspect. It doesn't have any penalty if they deliver late. And again, they keep saying, even today, they said, oh no, we're going to deliver on time. And I'm just like, how? The jungle is still there. I don't see how you're going to do this in 2 years. Well, less than 2 years. Even if I give you 2 years, I couldn't see how you're going to have it done by February 1st, 2026. So this is going to be a very interesting concept and a very interesting thing to watch. Marlon Jordan, welcome. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. We got the dog in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with that icon next to his name. And I greatly appreciate that. And he says, SSN, I just got onto the live. Thank you so much. Wow. The video about the top 5 is breaking the internet. Takeover 2024. Hey, that's right, Marlon Jordan. You know why? 0 is in the top 5 because soon to be there is SSN Lifestyle because we coming. We're coming. It's going down. In fact, I'm pretty confident it's going down. So anybody that's interested in villas in the up somewhat nice locations, oh yes, I'm working on something right now that you guys are gonna. Well, unfortunately, it's gonna be for the top 10 percenters. I just got to tell you, it's anytime you're gonna have lake view or ocean views, prices is gonna go up, ladies and gentlemen. I can't do anything about it. They're gonna be villas, and they're gonna be a few thousand, not 1,000, not 2,000, not 3,000, but probably over 3,500 to 5,500 square feet. So they're going to be pricey. I'm pretty confident this is going down. All right. So just letting you know, it's SSN Nation Takeover 2024. Thank you so much. I love that. Know the mission. T-shirts coming out. Know the mission, ladies and gentlemen. All right, here we go. Stop struggling now. Johan Confidante. There's his number, everybody on podcast. +1 809 757 1573. Here we go. Oh, this is what we want to know. Victor Morero says, my brother paid half already. The apartment costs 120. Okay, so he's got a 1-bedroom. Or is that it? Wait, you did say 1 bedroom, right? Oh, at the Star. Yes, it's a 1-bedroom. That's right. 120. So he already paid $60K, and the remaining at closing in the next couple of months, he's thinking on bringing $10K cash and the $50K loan. Yeah. Why not? Why not? I mean, yes, hell yes. They have comfort tours, so he doesn't pay the 3% transfer tax. So hell yeah. Uses cash to earn more than 10%. I mean, hell yeah. And it's still liquid if you ever wanted to pay it off. Well, there's a penalty though. So, but still, I'd rather have the loan. Because if he's going to rent it out, I'm using the money from the rent to pay it. Nadine N, welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with the icon next to her name and another awesome investors in the house, Sabana Equestrian Residences and Condos. Welcome. Very happy to see you because I was just hoping I would see you sometime soon because I wanted to know when is delivery of your unit inside Sabana. I think I knew what unit it is, so that means it's not ready now. I think you got another year probably, right? From what I saw like in November. But let us know. Thank you for being here. Very, very happy to see you. Paradise Tower, says Rastafarian. Tour 1 at 11th floor corner unit, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, almost 800 square feet. Yes, that is true. With a 40% down initial, that gives him a discount. So, yep, me about 2,698 discount, 132 and some change. Congratulations on that. Very smart move. So he says 132.2 total price with discount. Very, very good. What's your delivery date? Is it June 2026? I think that's when it is, right? Or is no. That's breeze. December 2026. Is that your delivery date? Congratulations. And by the way, who did you buy it from since you got this great discount? That's what we need to know, Rastafarian. How did you get that great discount? When did you get this great discount? Because they did have a promotion. Well, they had a promotion. Let's see, a couple of them. One at the beginning of January into December. Then they had one like, what was it, a year and a half ago? But if it's at Paradise, either you bought back then or you bought new right now. So congratulations for that. And yes, we're familiar with the Paradise Tower 1, right? Because that's the one that's for sale. Facing the Farallon, but won't be able to see it because the prime towers are in front. I know, man. Oh, hold on. Actually, Rastafarian, that is not true. That's not true. You are correct about it's directly in front. But here's what you're forgetting. Let me see if I don't have anything. Let me see. Here's what you're forgetting. Look at this. Let's see what this is here. Okay. Look at this right here. This is what you're looking at. I'll change it sideways. So they're stacked straight back, right? But remember, you are going to be like 100 yards back across the field from the little sports stuff they have there, right? And then the buildings are like 50 yards apart. So you'll be able to see between the building if you're up front. Between the towers, you'll have like a peekaboo type of view because the buildings are like 50 yards apart. The prime towers. So you should be able to, maybe not in your living room, but out on your balcony area on one side or the other, depending on which side you're on, you should be able to see through and get peekaboos. I'm just saying, I've already checked this out. I've thought about it, right? So the question is, was it to take, wait till phase 2 or when they open up the next tower and have the man-made beach view or the man-made lake view that's across the street, or go to Tower 4 so you can walk out on your balcony and see the man-made lake and possibly see part of the ocean or city or whatever. So, but anyhow, congratulations. Good unit to get. Awesome unit to get, quite frankly. All right, so I should get lawyer Johan to close the deal, not the realtor I have now. No, realtors don't do title closings. But you still should have had, well, not really. Like I say, the only thing that could have happened with the Larimar contract is if they would have signed some sort of penalty. But 0% cost increase, that's the golden nugget that you want. So even if they're late, you don't have to worry. You're just like, okay, I'm paying 132.2. We don't really care, but we do want it early, right? We want it earlier than later. So once again, yes, use a lawyer to close. Johan is a great lawyer. Let him know you're from SSN Nation. Make sure you let him know that. All right. So he'll take care of you in more ways than one. Like I said, we're down there on the SSN Lifestyle real estate investor and business forum, and we had Brescia. We knew we had to bring down this information, so we're out running around looking at property. We're over at Sabana, we're over at Riviera Castagna, we're over at Urbe Vista, and then it's 3 o'clock in the day. She calls up and says, hey guys, Santa Cruz Bank, they've approved you guys, come on down. So we got in the car and drove downtown Punta Cana, and E. White, I think E. White opened his account, and I can't remember if George's Charles opened his account that same day, but everybody was already approved, which was amazing. So they didn't have to do any sitting in the bank for 3-4 hours. They didn't have to do none of that. They still had to be in there like an hour, but nonetheless, that was cool to be actually out and be like, hey, it's 3 o'clock and you guys make it down here. You guys can get your accounts opened right now while you're here. That was beautiful work right there. So yeah, that's part of the love that we get, SSN Nation. And by the way, Rastafari and everybody else, this is the kind of love that we get when we show up. I got to show the Mo better. Let me see. I still didn't. Here we go. Check this out. We'll show you what happens when the SSN Nation showed up. Here we go.
Yeah, it's my pleasure.
I see it.
Yeah, you got it.
Got it.
Really good, man.
Yeah, man. Courtesy of Johan and his team.
Yeah.
My lawyer, your lawyer, everyone's lawyer of Punta Cana. These are the guys, these are the people, these are the staff that make it happen for us. All right. Look at us, y'all. Your lawyer doesn't do this with.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, just a little fun that we have, right? So when we showed up, Johan surprised us with the gifts, and that was pretty cool of him and his staff. That was Gresha in the background that was helping us out with the guys getting their bank accounts open and getting approvals. It was awesome. I mean, oh, and by the way, the fellas can attest. George's Charles is here tonight. Mo is here, I believe, too. They can attest. It didn't cost us anything additional. They didn't charge us. It was on the house. So that's the type of relationship that we have here with the SSN Nation, because we have a lot of people that actually went through Johan. Not everybody, but a few people. And so, you know, these guys, Harold was in the background as well. He's working on E. White's contract right now. I don't know how successful it came out, but I think it was successful because they got a cap. I think they got a cap on in their contract at Urbe Luxury. They have a 3%, what do you call it? 3% inflation increase that they'll absorb. And then anything over 3%, then it's up to the buyer. Well, good news for them. Like I said, the inflation rate in the DR is coming down. So the odds of it going up is pretty slim. But unfortunately, they use the ICDV index, which is actually the housing index. So again, hopefully he got a cap, though, because that's one of the sticky points. Because if it goes 10%, then that's 7%. Now, is it on the balance or is it on your overall amount of purchase price? That is major as well. So all these things is what the lawyers would be negotiating, and they have been negotiating, because on their contracts at Urbe Lux, I believe they didn't even have the 3% in there. So he got a little concessions. I don't know what the ultimately ended at, but we'll have to find out. But nonetheless, that's why we have attorneys, because if there's something that you don't like, you can, you know, make it work. That's what we do. All right. So that is beautiful work there. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, Nadine, let's see. Here we go. Victor Morrell says that Curtis stated the two IDs can be passport and U.S. driver's license. Yes, that's exactly right. Nadine, interesting. Where these oceanfront villas are going to be. On the way to Mishi's. That's all I'm going to say right now until I lock down the deal. Off of the freeway, on the way to Mishi's. Okay? That's what I'm going to tell you. So it's going to be pretty sweet. Pretty sweet, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, wait. What terms did you use? Ocean. Okay. Nadine, I know I might have been excited if I misspoke. They are not oceanfront. Okay? Ocean view. All right, ocean view of a ocean view lake as well. So it'll be very, very interesting. I got to get my feet on the ground. We'll see what happens. So delivery 2026. All right, I was correct about that for the Paradise Tower. Paradise Tower 1, not all 4. Paradise Tower 1. Breeze Tower 1 is June 2026. Breeze Tower is up front, by the way. So that's interesting. And here we go. He says to get a discount, they ask you what percentage you want to pay on your initial 20% or 40%. The more you pay initially, the more the discount. I haven't signed the contract. I just paid the $2,500. Rastafarian, very, very good. So you chose the 40-20 plan? I think that's what it. No, 40%. Oh yeah, yeah. 40%, 20% during construction. Or did you go opt for some other? They had several different ones. So let me know though. Did you go? Who did you go through for this? Did you go to Larimar City? Did you go through Gwen? Did you go through Nestor? Did you go through? There's several people that are marketing it. Did you go through Danny Malky, customer service? There's tons of people. All right, but that's awesome because yeah, that's the deal, and that's a great price, by the way. Great price on the 11th floor. That's pretty good. Nadine, it's supposed to be July, but my realtors double check. It's not going to be July. So I will let you know, but I'm prepared if it is not, as it's the same where I live. New projects can sometimes have delays. Yes, Nadine, and it's not going to be ready. Because remember, you're right by that big unit, that 5,500 square foot massive unit that's right by the stables, I guess, right by that little pond. And you are somewhere near there. All those units, I cannot even imagine they'd be done right in 5 months or 6 months. I can't see that. They don't have that many people working over there, but they have a lot of villas, though. That's the thing. They have a lot of villas that they're working on, but it didn't seem like there's, a 300 person crew or 500 person crew. And they were still working on the club. I don't want to call it clubhouse, but they're working on the pools and that little bar area, 2 floor, 2 levels. That's upstairs, co-working spaces, things like that. They were working on that. They're working on villas. They're working on the entry and exits. I mean, they're working on a lot of area. And so it's going to take some time. But I'd be shocked if there was delivery in 2026. So as long as your expectations are right, that is great. All right. Well, Rastafarian has joined the Larimar family. Congratulations. Like I said, since you haven't signed the contract yet, I'm going to be asking tomorrow about it. I'm going to try and get some clauses added if possible. I doubt if I'm going to be successful because I'm not going to call up Johan to make it work. I'm just going to talk to them because Glennie is also my attorney and she's right downstairs from Larimar office. And so I'm just going to talk with her tomorrow and see if she can go buzz them up and be like, hey, can we change some contracts for SSN Nation? Yeah, I'm trying to be specific. Can we change the contract for SSN Nation? Not everybody else. No. Can we get a change that if it's not if delivery is going to be later, can we get a change where people can change their contracts? It's a long shot. Trust me. Nobody has to agree to this, so I don't know why they would, and nobody's been that kind yet until we show up. All right. So once we set the standard, then other people are going to be like, well, I can go deal with these guys. And they said if they have delays, they're going to extend our contract and they'll allow us to pay less payments by extending it. Just like what's happening with Banco Popular right now. If they're doing this 85%, which I'm sure they are, 80% loan to value loans, that means other banks have to catch up. All right. And competition sets in. They didn't end. It's supposed to be July, but my realtor's double checking. All right. Okay. Well, Rastafari, congratulations. Welcome to the Larimar family. I should have worn my Larimar hat this evening, but it's all good. Okay. Now, don't let me scare you about Larimar. It's just that I don't think they're going to be finishing their first phase in 2025 or 2026. That's how I feel about it. If they pull it off, great, because we will be renting next year. If they pulled it off, can you imagine renting by Christmas during prime time, breaking another record where they're going to be somewhere between 9.5 and 10 million visitors by air? Open skies agreement may be kicking in, ladies and gentlemen. Have you checked out the rates, the flights? My boy Willie's coming with me next time to the DR. We were just looking at it today. If you take the Ferengi Airlines, and that means the Spirits and the Frontiers and the JetBlues, you can do round trip from LAX for like $298. But if you have to take United, something like that, it goes to 470, which from LA, it's still not a bad price. From the East Coast, Southeast, meaning Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, places, New York is not Southeast, but New York's a major hub. Now you're talking about under $200 round trip right now. In about 2 weeks out, 1 week, 2 weeks out. So things are changing. So just keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. This is awfully cool. All right, awfully cool. Now that's how we do it. So, and there's some other things that is going down, but I want to thank everybody for being here. Make sure you smash that like button and make sure you set aside these dates, May 9th through the 16th. Now, why do I say May 9th? May 9th, why do I say that? Because we're going to have something even newer too. We're going to have a VIP afternoon party, VIP tickets. Then we're going to have an evening, but that won't be VIP. That'll be open to everybody. And we're going to do it on May 9th is a Thursday. May 10th in the afternoon, VIP in a certain location, special. And then 7 p.m. at night on, the party starts with the musicians, the bands, the music, some local artists as well. And then Saturday, May 11th, more music, more artists, great time, and also in the afternoon, VIP. Sunday, a special event for everybody, not just VIP. And that's music. So if you want to come for music, then it's May 9th through the 12th in the evening. I don't know how flights leave, but you want to leave in the evening or on Monday. Then on Monday, if you just want to come for business only, it's business. It's going to be real estate investing, pre-construction projects. We're going to go out and look at on the ground so you can actually see and feel and smell where we're at and what it looks like and get you an idea, orientation on why certain things are happening. And the same thing's going down on Tuesday, but this time we're going to have developers and builders and lawyers and all that talking to you. You're going to be able to ask them questions face to face. No additional charges other than the charge it costs you for your tickets. That's what we do, ladies and gentlemen. We put you in position so you can operate to make a killing. You can talk about opening up your own business. That's right. We use Glennie Hachicuevas for that because that's not Johan's specialty. My SRL, it took less than 30 days with her help. That's an LLC in the DR. And so that is pretty cool. You can talk to them about immigration, which is what happened when we were there, residency, things like this, comfort tour, a clarification on what happens in certain situations, all type of questions. We spent an hour and a half, 2 hours in Glennie's office. No charges. Everybody around the table could ask questions. It made it very, very cool, very nice. Okay, we went to Johan's office. Whatever we wanted to talk about with Johan, he sat there and no problems. We get the love, ladies and gentlemen, from two of the top lawyers in the Dominican Republic, quite frankly. So then we are on the, 13th, 14th, 15th, more business, real estate inspectors. So you guys will have an idea. We'll get the everybody that you can get in touch with. You'll have contacts. So if you want to do something on your own, you don't need me. All right. That's what we do here. We empower you. You don't need me to do anything. You guys will have their numbers. You can do it yourself. I'm not a gatekeeper. I'm not holding them back, trying to do anything. You go to them direct. Just like when I said, here's Johan's number, you go direct. I don't need you to go through me and then we got to be on the three-way. No, you call them up yourself. All right. You call them. You say, hey, Eric, SSN Nation told me to call you. All right. That's what we do, ladies and gentlemen. All right. We're not trying to stop you from doing anything. We're not trying to be gatekeepers, all right? We want you to succeed. And if you have any questions, just like Rastafarian is sitting here asking questions tonight, we answer. We don't charge you to ask questions. We don't, this is the no guru zone, all right? We want you to win. All the money that you give out, those are liabilities. We want you, that money you're giving out, we want you to put towards an asset. Make it easy on your overall life down the line. Not today, not next week, not next month. Down the line, you want to have money coming in regardless of what your status is. That helps out greatly. All right, we can add a contingency about delivery. No, nobody has been able to, nobody's done that. No developer has, no lawyer has been successful doing that. Initially, when I signed up with Larimar, I tried to get it in. I said, hey, I want to extend my payment plan an extra 5 months. It was a no-go zone. Hell no, just like 100% of other developers would do. So I'm not saying you can do that. We can add a contingency about delivery. I wish. Can try. If they don't deliver on time, we can get discount. No. I mean, you can try, but it's not worth the paper it's written on. There's a lot of contracts that have, Victor Marrero actually has a contract. If there's anybody watching that's at the beach, that contract used to have a clause in there about 4% annually, I think it was, something like that. And all they did was say it was force majeure. We had COVID or a hurricane came and we don't have to pay it. Take us to court is what other people would say. So those little discount deals that is in contracts, you got to take people to court to enforce them. So I'm just saying that's thousands of dollars that now is it worth it? Over thousands of dollars. I mean, that's what we're talking about here. But for some people, it could be. But you can ask for all of that. If you're an individual, it sometimes works. It could. But I got shot down, then I have to have Johan handled. But the point is, I'm going to try to get some sort of, modification. I'm in my head, I'm not thinking I'm going to be successful, but I'm still going to try. All right. We're still going to have a lawyer call up and be like, hey, man, he doesn't believe you're going to deliver. And especially he's like your number one fan. I'm not saying I should be the only one getting special treatment because I am going to be saying, hey, everybody should have this. Not just me. You guys want to be top dogs? Then this is one thing that you can do because that'll get you to, they'll be the only ones in the top 5 because everybody else, unless George, Tony, or somebody calls me up and be like, hey, man, we're going to start taking responsibility of Vistacana for all these people that are ripping people off over here. We're going to actually get in tune with this. It's worth it to us. We have a brand to uphold. Maybe they'll change their tunes, but nobody's going to be in unless they get right. So maybe they'll just leave SSN Lifestyle SRL in because we are building villas, ladies and gentlemen. It's coming. All right. And then we'll get to the I can't even talk about some things, man. There's some condos in Cap Cana that are just, well, it's normal. It's going to be like on the golf course, just like a wave garden, just like a harbor bay. Just it's the same type of thing and same type of pricing. That's why I don't get excited about it because that puts you in another category, upscale, yes. And I'm trying to help people who basically don't have $1 million sitting around or 400,000 sitting around. That's what we're trying to do here by going with the lower end product. But now with SSN Lifestyle, we're probably going to delve into a higher end product. There's no probably, we are. All right. The way things are looking, there could be a product for like $1 million. All right. Just to give you an idea, far cry from 200, 300, 400,000, right? We could be talking $1 million villas in several locations because they're in upscale locations and they're in the right place. So if we get these deals done, it's popping, it's on. You guys get to come for the ride. Now, the only reason I haven't showed you the SRL paperwork is because it's in the Dominican Republic. Next time I go, I'll have it. All right. So then you guys can see it, portions of it anyhow, because in the DR, your SRL has to have you have to have a partner. Remember, I told you guys I don't like partners. So you have to add one person. Now, they're not 50-50. So what I did was 99% to 1%. But still, somebody has to have at least 1%. They have to have two people, and it doesn't have to be Dominican or anything like that. It's not like Mexico or something. So that's what's pretty cool. But I'll show you how simple it was. How was it simple? Because it was, Glennie says, what do you want to do? I say, the name. That's the name I want. She says, okay, we'll try that. You have to submit the name. That's why it takes so long, in case anybody wants to open an SRL. But then you have to be specific about what you want your SRL to do. So in this case, it was real estate related. So buy, sell, develop, manage, all of that has to be written down. So the government knows that's what you are doing. Now, if I want to do music, yikes, that's not under SSN Lifestyle. So now I have to come to find out, I have to file, or to update costs $600. In America, you can go in you can go in and update your articles of incorporation. In the DR, $600. But I was like, well, then forget that. I'll just get another SRL. Why am I going to mess around like that? I mean, it's going to cost me a little bit more, but why attach it to this when I can actually have a separate entity, two separate entities, and then create a holding company? Okay, you guys paying attention? Holding company is going to come next, right? Because if I'm going to start doing multiple entities offshore, then I need a holding company as well. At least I want one. We'll see what the attorney says, though. I go by what attorneys say when it comes to this. I'm not an expert in DR corporation setups, so I got to have experts guide me. But that's the idea. So we'll see what happens. And the other idea is I want to be on the stock exchange in the DR. They have a stock exchange. So that'll be very interesting. Oh, and you do have shares in your SRL, by the way. So that's pretty cool. Just like in America, you can have shares, right? So same thing, which means you have a value. But anyhow, Rastafarian, yeah, you can try anything, whether it gets by these guys. Remember, they have attorneys too, and they limit their liabilities. So they feel it's a limited liability. But anyhow, we can try, right? I'm trying tomorrow. I'm trying to get a change in clause, and then if I can do it, then I'm going to try and push for everybody to be able to do it. And you best believe I'm going to announce it. And it actually doesn't kick. See, my thing is, it's not really. I just like it doesn't kick in until you realize a year from now, and you're looking at we're only on level 5, level 6. There's no way this is going to be completed by September. So this is what I'm saying. You're going to know a year from now exactly, and that's even before a year. You're going to know September of this year. You can go out there and look and be like, okay, they only have one level done, and we got 16 more floors to do and 5 more buildings. Clearly no way they can get in like 1 more year. It's not going to happen. So, I mean, we'll see. I mean, we're just talking right now. I'm not saying that they can't do it. I'm just saying the likelihood, because nobody's been able to do something in a year and a half, especially at this magnitude. So maybe they have something planned that we don't know. That's the only thing I can say. All right. So we can add a contingency about delivery. If they don't deliver on time, we can get a discount. Maybe they accept or not. Yeah, you can ask. That's the whole point about contracts. You ask. And you never know what comes back. Like I said, we've had things come back where they said, hey, we'll reduce this. We'll take that out. You just never know. You have to ask. Sure, these things they don't like, but you got to ask. Why not try to get an advantage, especially in Rastafarian's situation? He's putting down 40%. So they may be more amenable to give him special concessions. You just never know what they're feeling like for the day, right? Or the week, how the week might have been going great. Just never know. You have to ask. All right, Rastafarian, you still haven't answered the last question. Who did you go through? I want to hear. We have a lot of realtors. We have a lot of even Larimar themselves has a customer service center that actually goes and finds people. We have our own Gwen that I like to use that's here. In fact, anybody that's interested in Larimar, I am giving you my thoughts, my opinion. I don't think they're going to deliver if you're going to be in phase one, delivery is September 2025, you're going to have less than 18 months of payments, and 18 months of payments on like 60 grand. I mean, starts being like over $3,000 per month, which is, I mean, it is what it is. It's 0% interest, but nonetheless, no credit check, no qualifying, no barriers to entry. But $3,600, $3,300, $3,700 per month for some people is quite a lot. That's a house note in a lot of places. And so to do that pre-construction wise, some people may opt to say, you know what, I need to be at December 2026 in Paradise Towers. Paradise Towers. Breeze Towers is June 2026, which is 2.5 years, which gives you 30 payments. So some people are like that better. So let me know what you guys think. Okay, I missed a question, he said. Hold on, let's see. You skipped above one question. You asked me, I answered above. Oh, really? Let's see. We can add, here we go. Let's see what this is. It is supposed to be July, but my realtor is double checking. Oh, that's Nadine. Sorry, I missed it. Hold on, how did I miss it? You skipped above question. We can add a contingency. I did see that one. I saw this one, the 40% down is customer service. My realtor is Gwen. He is very good answering questions, and he stays on top of everything. His customer service is superb. My man, Gwen. Rastafarian, great job, man. Yeah, Gwen is cool. He's laid back. You know, he's cool. He's the man. I actually want to work with Gwen doing some things because of his demeanor, and he always tries to help everyone out. He's a great guy. So that's awesome, man. Rastafarian, thank you. Tell Gwen what I said. I answered, Gwen is my realtor. He's the best. His customer service is superb. Yes, I finally got it. Thank you so much. I did miss that. Oh, I saw. Okay, I read the first part. Oh, I see. I thought I already read that part because I think you put that in already. Yeah, it was up here. So I just thought it was the same thing. So I didn't read it because I thought it was this one that you answered. So very well. Thank you so much for getting that back to me like that. All right. Real estate you can buy. No credit check, no qualifying, no barriers to entry. So since your realtor is Gwen, well, again, I'll be talking with Gennaro tomorrow about exactly these contingencies you were talking about. I'm trying to get them done. I'll be with Glennie and Gennaro tomorrow saying, hey, man, can I get some extra? I need extra. Or can I get some contingency in there? Hey, man, we're both going to be asking. They're going to be like, why are these guys asking the same question? He must have been talking to Eric. Eric must have been talking to Rastafarian. All right, man. Well, that's great to hear that Gwen was the man. All right. Well done, sir, on that. Or madam, actually. I don't know. Rastafarian's usually the male, but maybe I'm wrong. Hopefully it's male. But again, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you smash that like button. You know why? So the YouTube guys know that we have someone here. If you like what we're talking about, please subscribe to the channel. Click the all notification bell. If you have anything to say about the video I dropped earlier today, that's awesome. But make sure you stay on those stocks. Please download the Robinhood or Webull apps below if you want some free shares of stock. Right now, Webull is having some sort of explosion. I saw something like we're giving people 20 shares. I don't know if they're fractional or what. But for signing up, they're talking 20, 25 shares, 30, 35 shares if you do something. I was just like, oh, they're getting out of hand. But I like it. That helps you out. And then if you want to invest and just park your money at a place like Wealthfront, a management company, the link is down below. Go check them out. It's free, $500 to $4,900. They manage for no additional cost. No service fee, no nothing. That is pretty doggone sweet, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? So again, these are the type of things that helps you get ahead in the long run. All right. I answered Gwen is my realtor. Okay. I like seeing that. Thank you so much for that. This is awesome. This is very, very cool. All right. So Rastafarian, great choice, especially up front on the 11th floor. Great choice, in my opinion. If you're going to be back there, at least you know where it is. The basketball courts, the paddleball courts. There's a pool back there too, by the way, even though you have a pool in between the four buildings behind. But there's an actual pool over by the white building. If you zoom in, it's a pool, man. I can't believe it. And then you walk across the street, it's the man-made beach with the restaurant and bar that overlooks the man-made beach. How awesome is this if they build this thing? Like, hurry up already. We're excited. All right. Get back in the top 5. And by the way, anybody that's a realtor, developer who has a project, and you guys think that you deserve to be in the top spots, then you need to send me a message. support@stopstrugglingnow.com. support@stopstrugglingnow.com. And I need your contracts, because everybody's a requirement now. I need to see contracts. These contracts are getting wild. All right. With this, we can just charge you whatever we want stuff. And by the way, since Nadine is still here, please check your contract, Nadine, because the contract that we've seen from Sabana recently for the condos, it said that they can raise the price. I was like in shock. I was like, is this for real? What do you mean you can just raise the price? One sentence, we can raise the price. And then they're like, no, but we're not going to raise the price. I'm like, well, you wouldn't put that in there, then take it out and say you're not going to raise the price. I'm like, this means you're going to raise the price. This does not mean you're not. So let me know, Nadine, if you're still here, if your contract says that. Because the one for the condos, it does say that. That's crazy stuff. All right, we're going to wrap this up for the Money Making Monday because it diverged into real estate, which is always awesome. And we got some very valuable information. A loan to value tonight at Banco Popular. I got to go open a bank account. We still have to. Hey, hold on, Victor Marrero. There is one thing if you're still here. If you're traditionally banking with the same industry or the same bank that gives you a loan, you can sometimes get a discount based on your auto payments. Sometimes, oftentimes. So you do get additional discounts if you have a banking relationship oftentimes. So again, it may be worth it to open up and look. It's $500 for a U.S. bank account. It's at BLH, Banco Lopez Haro. That was $60. No, wait, hold on. Was it 100 or 60? I think it's 100 to open up a peso, 500 to open up a US dollar account. At Santa Cruz, it's $50 to open up a peso, $50 worth of pesos, and it's still $500 US dollar account. All right. And Scotiabank was $100 peso. And yeah, it was there's 6,000 pesos in my account. So that should be $100. And then $500 for US dollar account. So they're almost all the same, except Banco Santa Cruz, I think it was $50 for pesos, 50 US peso. So you only need half, 2,500 or whatever. So E. White, George's Charles would know because they opened up accounts. I don't remember if Mo's still here, if he did. But that's how simple it is. All right. So there's several other things I want to talk about before I go. In fact, I'm not getting ready to go yet. You know why? Remember the 4 horsemen? That's right. 4 horsemen that was talking about Boogie Gopher Club and their inept attitudes and the way they're doing their business, and they keep saying things and then you find out what they said was not true. I can't believe Micah actually stepped in it. He actually made a video attacking the 4 horsemen. And one of the horsemen promptly put up 3 videos in less than 12 hours. I was like, holy smokes. This was crazy. This was crazy. This was crazy. Rastafarian, thank you so much. You are the best. Thank you so much, Rastafarian, for that. I appreciate that, man. Next time, just send Gwen, say, hey, man, Eric was handling biz like usual, talking about different options and things. He's going to know about it because I'm going to be asking about it tomorrow. And I'm always, if I talk to Gennaro, I always talk with Gwen about the same thing. So then that way they both are like on the same page. Instead, one would go, yeah, Eric called up and was asking about this thing. And then it's like, what? I don't know nothing about it. I just put them both up on it. I'll text him. So he'll be like, okay, good luck. Gwen will be like, good luck. I'm going to be like, yeah, man. We'll see what happens. But the Boogie Gopher Club, they made 2 videos. In fact, we have a live stream that we streamed it here when the 4 Horsemen was on. No Pads Profits, Casey Jackson, myself, and Oscar, talking about Boogie Gopher Club, cash flow, miracle cash, and more, and all that. Micah tried to debunk what we were saying, and his debunking was basically, look, I said this is what's going on, not providing any proof, of course. Or he would say, well, see, they were talking about our store, so it proves we have one. That type of logic. Or see, they were talking about this, and I'm like, we were talking about it because you don't have it. We're looking for proof, my man. Proof. That's all. You say you're partners with somebody, then come on. Shouldn't they be on or do something? I mean, come on. You say you have a blockchain. Now he says today on the call, he says there's no blockchain. So we got an issue. You've been saying you have a utility token called Phoenix, been selling it, but now you say there's no blockchain. You have nodes that you're selling apparently that came out of the blue like 7-8 months back, but you have no blockchain. So why you have nodes? What are you validating? This doesn't make any sense. So I'm like, you don't even have a license, as far as we know, in any country, US, Canada, Australia, UK, EU, unless there's something you should be letting people know you have a license, because the Offanon's license is no good. He attacked us because I called him scammer straight up at this point, because I don't even know what our NFTs are right now. Because months ago, he said the NFTs were turning into shares. So everybody that's in the Ring of Fire, they're contradicting themselves. And I have some other disturbing news as well, because I'm privy to some other information that I can't really say because it's unfortunate. I can't really say it because it was private communications to another person. And then they were like, see, look at this. And I was like, you shouldn't have shown me. It's kind of wild. So it's kind of wild what these guys are doing. And this thing about they attacked, and then, of course, attacked me as well. I'm one of the 4 Horsemen. That's what we call ourselves, because I think it was Marlon that gave us that branded name. I was like, I like the 4 Horsemen. I like it. So, but they attacked every one person. They said he's a drunk. Another person says that he actually has, like Casey, I think Micah said he has got a business. He says he doesn't really know much about me, but I'm just like against him because I wanted them to work quicker and faster. And I'm like, no, not really. I just wanted you to show me an NFT that I bought. How can I mint it? Where is it? Where's the stores? Where's the ATM machines? Where's the point of sales? Where's all this stuff? So far, he's never provided any of that, but he made a video, a huge mistake on their corporate channel, Boogie Gopher Club. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wait a minute, what's he doing? He's on there criticizing people that are talking about him. He should be handling business. I don't get that, but hey, he stepped in it. So you guys know I have to make a video, right? More receipts I'll be bringing up for these guys. But in the meantime, that's down the line because I have larger fish to fry, but not really fry. I have business to make. We're talking about SSN Lifestyle Takeover, SSN Nation Takeover 2024. Know the mission. T-shirts coming soon. All right. Just think about that. All right. Just think about it. I sent Gwen your earlier video. Why Larimar is not top 5. No construction going on. He haven't sent my message yet. He is off today. Yeah, it's midnight. But then again, it's a holiday. I know where he is. He's over there DJing or doing something, right? So that's what they do on holidays. He's having fun. He's not going to respond. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they know already. As soon as it dropped, somebody probably hit him up going, hey, man, you guys know you're not number 1 anymore? What the hell's going on? I'm going to hear about it tomorrow. I'm pretty sure I'm going to hear about it. Jannar's going to be like, hey, man, why don't you take the video down? I'm going to be like, hey, man, that's not how this works. I'm a paid entrant. Just like Boogie Gopher Club, we're paid entrants. Just like Debtbox Node, we're paid entrants. I can now have an opinion, and I could have had an opinion in the first place, but now I'm more vested because I'm not just on the sidelines. We're paid entrants. You're effing with our money. It's not like, you know, we can just sit here silently while you guys are having fun. We don't see any movements. We should be able to say, hey, what's going on? You shouldn't be blocking us. Although that's only Boogie Gopher Club. Nobody else blocks when you ask questions. Just the Boogie Gopher Club guys. Goofy Gopher Club is what I'm calling them now. But anyhow, yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting because, yeah, they probably already know about it. You don't have to worry about it. Gwen's probably not going to respond. He's going to be like, okay, that's Eric. He's probably saying that. That's Eric. Don't worry about it. We'll get to the bottom of this tomorrow. We'll have Gennaro call up and be like, hey, man, what's going on? Daniel Malky. Maybe Daniel Malky. I'll get a call from him. He'll be like, what do you mean we're no longer number 1? Daniel Malky. But nobody is. That's the funny part. Nobody's number 1. You have to get into good graces now. You just don't get it because we love your projects, that you're doing the right thing, it appears. Now you have to prove it. You don't get graces anymore because we have way too many people waiting 4 years for projects that were supposed to be done in 2. All right? Or 3, and people are waiting 4 or 5. So, I mean, this is just getting out of hand. So people are basically doing renderings, making video look all good, getting people's money. People are paying monthly, then find out a year and a half later, they're like, well, wait a minute. This thing's not going to be delivered. And then gets a letter, like what happened at the Wave with the Laverne Penix, Mr. Cool and Mrs. Cool. And it's talking about, well, maybe it's next December. Maybe. What the heck does that mean? I mean, what's going on here? So this is what's been happening. And don't worry, there's a little niche that I feel that I'm about to exploit all of that because my team, we're not having none of it. And we're going to have contingencies like we've been talking about, Rastafarian, where we're going to allow people to make those. We're going to actually do it, quite frankly, mandatory. I'm excited, quite frankly, about that because the guys that we're going to be doing this with, they've agreed already. They said, yeah, Eric, if we're not delivering on time, we're making it happen. We're going to allow you to, change the contracts up. You guys are just going to get paid less, like you should be. Hurry up, get it done properly. Be the best. Try to be the best. Best quality, best contracts, and you do your job. The people, when they make their payment, they're doing their job. That's their only requirement. On-time payment is their only requirement. You're the one that's supposed to build it for their on-time payment. So that's the key right there. So we're going to exploit all of these little nuances that are going on. So everybody's going to say, hey, wait, we're going to buy from these guys because this is what, just like Noval has that reputation of in their renderings, if it looks like whatever their renderings looks like, that's what their project looks like. That is their reputation, and they don't disappoint. So I want that reputation, and I want the other reputation, not the late stuff. I want the stuff that if we are late, we're going to deal with the customer appropriately. We're going to give them an extension, and we're going to lower their payment along the way. That's what we're going to do. I'm very happy the guys have agreed to that, for starters. And there's other things that I've talked about before too. So I'm going to wrap this up, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. Please, again, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because we need more subscribers this year. New branding coming out probably in about 3 weeks, probably in the month of February. I was hoping the new branding would come out now, but it's still SSN Nation, ladies and gentlemen. Stop struggling now. So we're going to have new branding for that. SSN Lifestyle, new branding. That hasn't came as fast as I wanted as well, because that new branding is going to take time, but it's not the 30th of the month. But nonetheless, we got to get ticket sales up and operational for the May event. So again, May 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, music, 13, 14, 15, business. All right. So you should probably be there. If not the 8th through the 16th, then definitely the 9th through the 16th. If you want to go to those two events, if you want to do them separately, then you should be there the 13th through the 15th, and the 9th through the 12th are the show dates. So you should be there on each end, however you want to do it. So, or do the whole 7, 8 nights. Take your pick, but there'll be something available for you. But you definitely have activity the 9th through the 15th. All right. There you go. See you on Wednesday, I hope, ladies and gentlemen, at 8:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream, where only members with the icon can be in the chat room. Everybody else can watch. You can share the videos just like you need to share this one, please. And with all that said, make sure you stay safe out here. I love you guys very much. I appreciate your support over all these years. And it means something special to me. So that's why no matter what, even if I'm under the weather, even if I'm sick, I still try to make it. Even if I'm on planes and an airport, I always try to do it. It does not matter, because you guys give me the support, even though no love from any social media platform. Isn't that very odd? So with all that said, make sure you stay safe out here. Keep your head up. Keep moving. And I'm out.